Morning. I don't know if you can see yet, but we had some snow last night. Fun stuff. It is Tuesday, October 29th. I haven't done much videoing the last couple days just because I've been scrambling, mostly driving the truck, getting corn hauled home from a farm we have a few miles kind of from our home base area. Got a few issues we're kind of working on this morning, hoping that it melts off enough that we can run this afternoon. It's melted off quite a bit. The grass was mostly white when we got up this morning, and cloudy and all sorts of fun stuff. Have a seal leaking on the rear end of the semi, which probably I can't even really get to show on the camera. But got a new part ordered, and we'll get that fixed in a few days, hopefully. Until then, just kind of try to make sure that we keep it topped up so that it doesn't hurt anything expensive. And have been working on fixing a stock stomper on the corn head. So basically broke some threaded rods, so we had to cut those out and weld some in. We had one do this a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, I bought enough stuff that I had the hardened rod on hand and the bolts that we need, because it usually bends the bolts that go up into the row unit at the same time also. So hopefully, now that this is mostly cooled off, it's ready to go back together. I'm not going to give you a close-up of the welding because I'm not much of a welder, but hopefully there's enough metal in between the voids from the flux on the welding rod that it'll hold together. And the ones we've had fail before have always failed on the bolt rather than on the weld, so hopefully we can get back running properly and make sure that nothing comes apart. So basically right there sort of broke before, and that's all what holds the row unit onto the frame of the corn head, which we ran for a while with them broken, which probably bent the bolts more for the vertical bolts here that go into the gearbox. But it didn't seem like the row unit was really moving or affecting anything, so we were able to finish running for the day yesterday and get as much crop off before the snow as we could. Kind of sounds like we're going to get maybe some more snow tonight or tomorrow, or who knows. So always an adventure, but have had some reasonable success, I guess, with the new auger that we got this year for the new bin. That's hopefully in the background there. It's a 13-inch, 95-foot long auger, so we can unload 500 bushels in about 5 minutes once we get it aligned and set up. But was a little concerned we were going to have an issue getting the truck in here around the curve on the drive in a way that would make it that we didn't have to wrangle around and back up a whole bunch of times, but that actually hasn't been too much of a problem. The main issue, I guess, that we've been having is that the grain spreader in the top of the bin, even though I think it was like $1,200, doesn't really level very well. Partly, I mean, I'm hitting the center of the hopper pretty well with the end of the auger, but it seems like it's bouncing off the spout and coming back enough that it's filling high on the side close. So dumped like probably 3,000 or so, 3 semi-loads, 3,000 bushels into the center without the hopper or without the spreader on, and got it halfway leveled up. I mean, the grain is high in the middle, but at least is level on the sides of the bin. So we'll try that again today and I guess see what happens, or maybe I'll mess with the auger a little bit since we kind of have a little bit of downtime. But that's pretty much what's going on at this point. It's not Halloween and we have snow. So we are back to 6 stock stompers. Got it put back together, although I did make one small mistake. Probably heard measure twice, cut once, and measure twice, weld once also applies. And I'm pretty sure I measured twice, but I apparently measured wrong twice, because I had the spacing on these bolts at 4 inches, and it was actually 3 7/8, which if I was designing it would have done 4 inches, but apparently a John Deere engineer thinks differently. But was able to bend that back to make it work. However, had to re-weld one of the spots there. But hopefully we'll be back running soon. Howdy. It is Wednesday, October 30th, And it's been snowing all day, but we've been running some corn. This is going to be the last load off of this field, and it's going to be a short truck, so hopefully I might be able to run the camera and the grain cart without spilling anything. So we're going to kick on the PTO to run the auger and open up our slide, level up the tractor. So we just finished up with this field that's a ways from kind of home base. Pretty happy with the yield over here. I think it's probably going to be better than the stuff around the farmstead. I think there was maybe a little less rain in the wet spell in May here, and a little bit more rain during the dry spell during the middle of the summer. But overall, can't complain. Got this field out at least. I think there's kind of some more chances of snow here the next day or two, and it's going to be cold and way more wintry than October should be. But we'll keep plugging away and hopefully get done before anything gets drifted in at least. With it being cold the last couple days, I have been sort of battling some air issues on the truck. The truck is new to me this year and hadn't done anything with the air dryer, and suspect that we got some water in some places that there shouldn't have been, and then when it got cold that caused problems where it wouldn't build air. So I replaced the desiccant in the air dryer yesterday night, but it was froze up again this morning, so I got some airline antifreeze stuff that you pour in and kind of de-ices things, and got up and running. And we'll see what happens tomorrow morning, if things work or if they don't. See the corn starting to get up to the top here. I'm gonna pull ahead a little bit. Probably gonna end up with just a little bit in this back hopper. We'll just kind of pull ahead over the trap here, and probably we can just dump the rest. And there's not really very much in that lower window. You might have just seen the corn go away. So we're just about empty. You have an adjustable spout on this, so we can kind of tweak where the grain's going a little bit to try not to bounce too much off of the strap things that go down the middle there to support the tarp. And there should be. So we'll get stuff drug home and probably open up a new field tomorrow. Got the truck and combine home and put away, and it is snowing giant snowflakes. It looked like there was some accumulation on the tarp just from the last 5 or 10 minutes here. Yeah, lovely. And it is October 30th. Mother Nature is on the same schedule as retail in this country, apparently, as far as getting ready for Christmas.